In this video, I'm going to show you some advanced techniques for audience insights. Okay, so you can see here I'm inside the audience insights tool. This is a free tool that Facebook provides for all its advertisers. Okay, and it's absolute key to your success. All right, so if you haven't found it yet, head over to the menu here, click on all tools, and then it's on the plan audience insights. Okay. So the audience insights tool is basically access to all the data that Facebook has about all of its users. Okay, so this should be the first point of call before you start any new campaign. All right, so how does it work and how can you get the best out of it? Okay, and I'm going to show you that step by step in this video. So when you log on to the tool itself, it's going to display this screen. Okay, should be in your default country. For this account, it's the United States. But let's say we want to find some dog interest. Okay, we're going to go with the dog theme based off all the previous videos. So let's do dogs. Okay, so the best way to target on insights is start broad. Okay, we're not going to necessarily use these interests, but we're going to start broad and then narrow down and find the interests that we want. Okay, so I just want to give Facebook plenty of meat to kind of go out there, give me the data, and then I'm going to refine it based off what they tell me. Okay, so I've typed in dogs here as the interest, and you can see that the monthly users, active users, is 50 to 60 million just in the United States. Okay, so that's a nice big chunk of users. Okay, and there's some broad information here. I'm not going to use this just yet because this is a broad interest. I'm going to narrow it down further. Okay, so click on the page likes tab. Okay, this is where you're going to do most of your research. Okay, and for each category, Facebook is basically going to give you on a plate the best interest that you can potentially target. Now, all the interests that you see or groups or pages that you see in this list aren't necessarily targetable, okay, because they're not an interest in Facebook. I'm not sure what they use as as a guide, because I've seen some pages that have like 1 million people following it, but it's not an interest inside of Facebook for whatever reason. So I'm not exactly sure that what the tipping point is, but that being said, you can still manually search for this. Okay, so the first one that I can see on the top categories is pet supplies. Okay, so you can click on this, go ahead, have a look inside it, and for most of you, you're going to know PetSmart is a supermarket for your pet, right? Mostly dogs. So I would say that this is a very good interest to target if you wanted to target pet lovers and dog lovers. Okay, so just make sure that the page is legit. Sometimes I'll make sure that there's relevant content inside the page. So make sure that you're seeing posts, regular posts, okay? Because sometimes you'll find pages that have a huge following, but it hasn't been updated for like 2 years, okay? Those are the kind of pages you want to avoid. You want to target pages that have the most engagement. So the way I do that is I click on the page itself where I am now, and then look at the engagement that the ad is getting. Okay, so this one has 451 likes, or whatever you call these now, emotions or whatever they are, 45 comments and 26 shares. Okay, so that's good. This one has 2.5k likes, 103 comments and 268 shares. Okay, so this image is obviously resonating with this audience, right? It's got a lot more likes than this one. Okay, so maybe they don't prefer this dog breed. Okay, maybe they prefer this dog breed. It could also be the time of day. It might be a bit more interactive and engaging for this particular audience. Okay, so I like to check, make sure that the interest or the page is relevant and it's regularly updated. Okay, sometimes I'll actually click on the About Us and make sure that it is 100% relevant to my industry. Okay, so if I was targeting something obscure, I'd click on the website, I'd check the website, make sure the content is exactly what I'm looking for, or I would click on the About page tab here and then read their About status. Okay, because sometimes you can find some really good information in there. But let's head back over to Audience Insights. So I do like PetSmart, so let's see if we can target PetSmart as a interest. And look, it's there. Okay, so that's good. All right, so that one is going to be great for us. Okay, it's got 2 million people. So what I'm going to do is carry on going down this list. Okay. So what is this? This one sounds interesting. This is a pet service called I Love My Dog. So this could be a rescue center. I'm not really sure. What is this? Click on the R story as well if you see it. I mean, this is very useful. Read the information there. Let's go back to the number of followers. So this one has even more followers than PetSmart. So this is really a really good potential candidate. And let's see the content. Okay, so they posted something 9 hours ago, and it's got a decent amount of likes, shares, comments, etc. And 464,000 views. So that's pretty interesting. Again, another one. Just make sure it's regular content. Okay. So this looks like it's a blog or something about this guy's dog. So this could be quite interesting. Let's see if we can target that inside of Facebook Audience Insights. Okay, so I love my dog. And here we go. That's the one there. Okay. So now you're building up the audience. And then what I will do at this point is I'll remove the broad interest. Okay, because I want to make it narrower and narrower. Okay, so I'm going to take out dogs. And so this monthly audience is now 78 million. So that's nice. Okay, so now we're going to have more relevant interests. Okay, and then just remember that Facebook is giving to us all this data on a plate. Okay, so now look, we've got 2 pet suppliers. We've also got Petco. So let's see if Petco's in there. There you go, Petco's in there. So let's use that one. And then there's a pet service like Family Pet Bug Box. I know what Bug Box is because I've used it before myself. It's actually like a monthly subscription service for your dogs. Okay, so they get like dog treats and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but if you weren't sure, just click on the link, right? So I'm not sure what Family Pet is, but let me click on that. Let me see what it comes up with. Okay, so familypet.com, it's obviously a website. That's nice. It's got 1.6 million followers. Regular content posted. That's good. And like I said, click on the about, see what it's about. Okay, so let's see if that's available in here. familypet.com. If that doesn't work, try splitting the words up. Okay, so Family Pet. I don't think this is the same one. It's a Family Pet Hospital. I don't think that's the same one. So okay, so that's not in there. So let's go down this list. Let's see if there's any other ones that are super targeted and could be relevant for us. So these are always really good, non-profit organizations. So people who like rescue centers, kennel clubs, they're always really good. Okay, because you wouldn't know the name of a kennel club or a rescue center unless you are either a member or you've done some work there. Okay, so the American Kennel Club, have a look at that. Just make sure it's exactly what it is, and it is. It's like a rescue center kind of thing. Almost 4 million followers, so that's awesome. And just do the basics, right? Like check to see that the content is regularly updated. This last post is a few days old, but that's a pinned post, so we're good. This was posted 9 hours ago. This is good. Incidentally, as you can probably tell from this research, video posts get a lot more engagement than just articles or photo posts. Okay, so wherever you can, try and target interest with video posting. Okay, but this looks good, so I'm going to keep this and use it as one of my interests. Okay, and so what you want to do is slowly build up a profile of dog lovers, okay, or dog owners, and then what you'll see is that your audience will get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, and what you can do at this point is, okay, this is enough interest for me. I've got 4 or 5 interests here. It's a nice big audience, but I'm going to make it even more narrow. Okay, so head over to demographics and let's see who is your biggest demographic. And right off the bat, you can see it's 80-20 split. Men is the predominant audience here. Okay, so I'm gonna filter this by women. Sorry, women is a predominant audience, so I'm going to filter this by women. Okay, and so now you're going to have these bars. Okay, so what I like to do with these bars is if you look at the tooltip, okay, it says that let me just, okay, there you go. So it says women 18 to 24 are 11% of the selected audience, okay, versus 15% of Facebook audiences, okay. So what you want to do is aim for the blue bar to be higher than the gray bar, okay. That just means that it's more targeted. All right. So this is saying that 11% of the smaller bar is only 11% of the selected audience. Okay. So what I would do, and test all this, by all means, test all this. But what you will find is that you see these bars here, they are our selected audience, which is 45 to 54, is much higher than the rest of Facebook. Okay. So what I would do is I would potentially target 45 plus, and we have plenty of scope, okay, because remember the total audience size is 10 to 15 million, okay. So let's go for this example, we're going to go 45 plus women, all right, and now you can see that it's super targeted, okay. The selected audience is much bigger than the rest of Facebook, okay, and that's what we want to do. And so now the audience is 5 to 6 million, okay, of active monthly users. But we can even go down even further, okay. So let's have a look at some of this relationship status. So now if you wanted to, you can actually target married women, okay, because that's the bulk. 70% of this audience is a married woman, okay. So if you wanted to, just click on that, and then it'll automatically select the relationship status and then married, okay. You can also go down into relationship status, click on this drop down and select it yourself, but you can click this, okay. And as you can imagine, the audience is going to get smaller and smaller, but just bear in mind that it's more targeted now, okay? And finally, education level is something that I like to use as well. So predominant audience is high school, so you can target that as well. And then let's see. So now it's less than a million people in this audience, okay? But it's super, super targeted, all right? Just bear in mind that when you use these filters in your ads, it's going to be more expensive because you're using more of Facebook's data, okay? But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get profitable ads or opt-ins or leads or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, the value is dependent on how much the lead is worth to you over the lifetime, how much the conversion, how much a customer is worth, okay? So just because it costs more doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be not as effective, okay? And there's some other stuff you can do as well. You can target job titles and all that kind of stuff as well, industries that they work in. This is most likely going to make it even more narrow, so I'd probably stay away from job titles because the audience is super narrow as it is, okay? And what else? And something else you can do is go back into page likes, because now we've got a super targeted audience. So now, excuse me, what you'll see is even more targeted interests for this demographic, okay, that we've selected based on these interests, based on married women above the age of 45, okay, with a high school education. And then you just iterate the process again. So now I would go to all this, like what's grandma's club? Let me just check that. Is it relevant? I'm not sure. Doesn't look relevant. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, that's not going to be relevant for us. What else is there that we can use? There's this stuff here, like a website for pets, the daily pet stuff. That's something we can use. So yeah, it has 800,000 followers. Certainly test that. Chewy.com, that's a good one. It's like PetSmart. So people wouldn't know this interest unless they actually bought from there or they've seen this product or brand, okay? So that would be a good one. So I would try Chewy.com, okay? And it's in there. So that's a great one, okay? And you might see that this audience gets bigger if the interest is big enough. But the point of this exercise is to get your audience as targeted as possible, okay, before you run any ads. This is going to save you a lot of heartache in the future. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money and ad spend. And it's going to help you to, launch really successful ad campaigns, okay? It's going to at least reduce your risk, okay, of launching ads that don't convert, okay? So that's basically the bulk of what you need inside of Audience Insights. There are other tabs here as well, like you can check location. So if you have a specific city where you want to run a specific ad, you can do that. You can select the audience for that city. So in the targeting, you can do it by city and state. There's some other information as well, demographic information as well, so you can see what types of devices they use for mobile, desktop, and tablets. Okay, and you can also see the number of ads that you've clicked. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So you can see that this demographic is they do click ads. So the number of ads are the median number of ads clicked. Okay, so this audience versus the rest of Facebook is 41, whatever the metric is for this. Okay, now, on average they've clicked 41 ads over a period of time, whatever it is that Facebook monitors. So that's basically it from this video. If you wanted to run an ad off this, you can actually create an ad by just clicking create ad, and it'll actually populate all your fields for you, okay, inside of the ads manager. And you'll see that it's this age, it's these interests, married with high school education, okay. So that saves you some time. You could also save this audience if you click on save, and it will save it as a saved audience, okay. And if you want to start again, just click on create new, and then it will just refresh this page for you, okay. So thank you for watching.